Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishna. Here basically we are discussing one of the topic that is user controls. So one of the person told that entire creation basically of Gaikwad that is like this only. In front of the world basically he is from Bihar, but real basically he might be 100% connected with this person basically. That is he is Maharashtrian basically. So he is that kind of person basically. He don't believe in anyone basically. So he might have taken him his from family member. So this person basically might be his family member. I don't know him Kiran More personally, but I know that he is which kind of person because I am from Vadodara city, so I know which kind of person Kiran More is, and I am 100% sure basically he might be relative of this person basically. So here basically we are not discussing that way. Here we are discussing what this person basically created the world how. So now basically we will take few more examples. This person basically Manmohan Singh. Do you think basically he might be having some pagdi bagdi in real world basically? I don't think basically. I don't think 100% basically I don't think. So he might be having some his normal look also basically in front of the world basically. So that basically is creation because his creation is like this only. His creation basically of Gaikwad is like this only basically. So here basically the thing is what this was done to achieve this, and you will not able to believe it basically. The entire India basically celebrated 2011 basically 2011 World Cup and 1982 World Cup basically. So 1982 World Cup and 2011 World Cup basically was celebrated like this. And here basically in celebration basically this person also basically taken the part. And this is basically India. So then basically what this person basically might be doing here basically. That is also a question basically why he is basically helping this group basically. This group. Without any connection basically anybody do this. That is not possible basically. So without any chain basically without any connection nobody helps the anyone basically. So here basically this is a terror world basically. Terror means it's a very basically one of the top 10 incidents basically of the world basically. Nobody basically can cross the USA security basically, and this was basically done by the Afghani group basically. And basically I am 100% sure Afghani group basically are connected with this person basically. So Afghani group are basically how much powerful basically that you know this was done basically, that is this was implemented na basically. That also basically I was working in one of the software company, that time basically this was implemented. That means in front of me basically the plane was hit basically, that also you can say, when basically I was doing some coding basically. So here basically one of the person told that the if condition while condition, do you know basically that basically is connected with the helicopters also, planes also, planes direction also, because in the plane basically when you get the direction basically go this side go that side, that is the roadmap of text box basically. When basically the power company basically when the power company has given the power supply to the satellite to the space center of the particular text box of the particular user control, that is the combo box everything basically, that roadmap basically is the data basically which is connecting from satellites to the earth planet basically. So the direct connection is 100% there basically. So I will take one example basically, live example basically. Assume that basically some text box updation basically has happened. Assume that basically in text box basically around 20 city basically got created newly. So that 20 city basically required how many updation basically, One is the assume that basically Elon Musk basically is the person, basically next person who is going to update this city. So what he will be doing the stuff basically. So first stuff basically he will be taking the collection of entire data of the earth planet, that whatever city basically, number of cities, new cities plus old cities, assume that basically it's coming to 1,000 number basically. So that data basically he will implement. Then basically he have to move to the roadmap basically, because satellite basically will go from earth planet to sky. So for that basically it will be going to particular road basically. So that road also basically required roadmap, because the planes are going from there, that roadmap basically. So first basically you have to update the thing, because planes are also getting the connections na basically. How basically they are connecting with each other from the earth planet. So this is, and only there is connect the world basically from plane or basically from satellite. There is only one way, that is user controls. That are text box, combo box, checkbox, text boxes, text box, push button, everything. These all are the only basically options basically the earth planet have basically. So like this basically the connection basically are done. So satellites basically passes from particular roadmap. That roadmap basically are of created from the text boxes, combo boxes. Like this basically the power supplies are basically going to the space center. So that space center basically gets the update of the 20 city. Now basically space center is doing the communication with the earth planet through this roadmap basically. Through this roadmap. So here the question basically is, after this everything basically is ongoing, right? Basically space center basically are giving the data, everything is basically ongoing. Then also this was not tested. Here also basically the question arrives, space group also basically was not um, able to connect, that basically they might not have tested this. Sometime basically we will not able to believe basically the power supply basically are hijacked. For example, one big system basically is ongoing of government basically. In that basically lots of business logics are written. In that business logic basically the main logic was of the one of the if conditions basically. That if condition basically the hijacking basically is possible basically from space center, from any of the areas, through power supply basically. So assume that basically that much area basically power supply was not passed when basically the business logic was executing. So exactly basically the person who is into the hijacking, they exactly know basically that which process is ongoing in the computer of that system basically. So the big level of transactions, big level of business logic, for example Ambani group basically, he is doing some transactions. That time basically somebody hijacked the stuff basically. But this everything basically Ambani's groups know. So they basically hires hijackers basically first. First basically they hires hijacker group basically. That are the Russian group basically. They basically spend few money to that only basically. After that basically they do the investment basically, because they know this everything basically. If by mistake basically they watched this video, that is the Ambani groups, he will 100% say that yes Sunil, basically you are correct. That's why basically we give first money to the hijackers, because they can hijack and they exactly know that basically this is the condition basically. So one of the person told that this group basically know that if condition and while condition hijackers group 100%, then they know basically business logics basically they know that. So they hijacker basically are very intelligent group basically, very intellectually person group basically. That possibilities are there, that possibilities, this is 100% possibilities basically. So like this basically hijackers basically hides the if conditions, for loop conditions through the power supply. Without power supply basically that is not possible. Without power supply basically hijacking is not possible. So you can just imagine basically. So next video basically little bit more dangerous thing basically.